Hey y'all, it's Fortune Frankly and welcome to Fortune Frankly Fridays, where we do DIY home decor and sometimes organization videos. Today we're going to be doing DIYs using $1 wood from the Dollar Tree. I noticed the Dollar Tree has a couple of different types of new wood pieces, including these new wood blocks that I'm starting to see in a lot of places. So I figured let's do a video on it. Now, I don't consider myself a carpenter by any means, and this is the first time I'm actually using a saw, so be prepared. Just be prepared. So let's get started. For this first project, we're going to be making a letterboard. Now, I know the Dollar Tree sells letterboards, but I don't like that felt fabric on the letterboards. So we're going to make ours out of dowels. And you can really personalize it to whatever size and whatever colors you want. For this project, you'll need a 4x6 picture frame, 2 packs of 6-inch wooden dowels, some sandpaper, some peel and stick letters, spray paint, and a hot glue gun. Minus the glue gun, spray paint, and sandpaper, this cost me $4 to make. Starting with our letters, we're going to spray paint those black and give them some time to dry. You've seen me spray paint enough on this channel, so I don't need to show you that. I'm going to set those aside and work on my picture frame. Flipping the picture frame over and taking out everything from inside, I'm going to use the frame and start working on my wooden dowels. We need to cut the dowels just a little bit, so I'm just measuring how long they need to be. And I tried a couple of different things. I tried sanding them, and sanding them, and sanding them, burning them, and burning them some more, and burning them a little bit more, then sanding them. I finally decided to just saw them off, and that worked the best. When you cut the dowels, you want to make sure that they fit in the picture frame pretty loosely. You don't want it to be too tight and put too much strain on the frame. So you should be able to just drop them in there. After cutting all our dowels, we're ready to glue them down. Just going to put a little line of glue and start gluing these dowels down. Keep the first dowel as close to the edge as you can without leaving a gap. Now, it might seem hard to mess this part up, but I messed it up a couple of times. You want to make sure you're putting your dowels on straight. Sounds kind of obvious, but it's easy to mess up. If it's too high on one side, as you go up to the top, you'll definitely notice it. So you should keep flipping it over like I'm doing here and checking on the front if it looks leveled. When we're finished gluing this down, we can put the frame back together as if it were a regular picture frame using just the cardboard and the backing. I'm going to wipe it down to kind of remove some of the glue and put my letters. I'm going to put this in the bathroom over the toilet, and it literally took me at least 30 minutes to figure out what I was going to write, but I decided to go with "have a seat." I thought it was kind of funny and also a little bit of shade. Have a seat, hun. The letters weren't as secure as I wanted them to be, so I ended up gluing them down. And here's how it came out. For this second project, do you know what's made out of wood? Matchsticks. I was like, what else in the Dollar Tree is made out of wood? Let's get it. Put in the cart. Put in the cart. So I was like, we can definitely do something with these matchsticks. And I decided on a little Trinket tray. Now, I wouldn't put anything flammable in the Trinket tray, no candles or whatever, because that will catch on fire. Obviously, they're matchsticks. For this project, you'll need a box of matchsticks, a glass ash or Trinket tray, spray paint, and some hot glue. You'll also need some rubber bands, which I didn't mention because I didn't know I was going to use them, but you'll see. You'll see what happens. I only had to buy the tray and the matchsticks from the Dollar Tree, and it cost me $2 to make this project. Taking our tray, we're going to be gluing the matchsticks all around it. Now you want to leave a little gap in between the matchsticks. They are bigger at the top than they are at the bottom, so if they're too close, it'll start to lean to one side. Once you get to the halfway mark, you'll see an optical illusion. And this is how it looks like when it's all covered. Next, I'm going to spray it with some white spray paint. And this is how it looked after it's spray painted. Now, this is super important to note. This was just not stable. It was having a breakdown, literally. As I was grabbing it, the matchsticks were coming off. It just was not holding together the way I wanted it to be. So I decided to put a big rubber band around the stress point where the matchsticks meet the tray. And that pretty much solved my problem. For the final project, we're making a small little mirror display stand that looks really cute using the new wooden blocks that I was talking about from the Dollar Tree. Sometimes things don't work out the way that you thought they would or that you would like. So we're going to be making some modifications as things start to happen. You'll see. So for this project, you'll need 2 wooden blocks, wood glue, a small mirror, some wood stain, a handsaw, and a pencil. I had everything except the wood blocks and the mirror, so this project cost me $3. Dollar Tree for the win. So you can really get any shaped mirror that you want, but I went with this oval one. It's not going to turn out as an oval, as you will see, but we're just going to remove that from the plastic piece. Next, with my wood blocks, I'm going to be putting them together. And I'm just measuring a line of where I want to saw the opening. When sawing anything by hand, it helps to score the wood a little bit. And that just means running the saw in the same direction a couple of times just to get a small indentation. It might also help to run some sandpaper through the slit that you made, just to widen the opening a little bit so that the mirror fits. When you finish, your 2 blocks together should look something like this. And your mirror should not look like this. As I was trying to fit it in there, it ended up cracking, not once, but twice. So I'm just gonna go and sand this down with some wet sandpaper. There's a waterproof sandpaper that you can use for this, and just place it back in the slit that I made. I'm going to add some wood glue on one side and some hot Gorilla Glue on the other just to keep the 2 blocks together. Now I'm going in with this wood stain. It is the Early American color. I like it because it's kind of a medium tone wood. It's not too light but not too dark. Some parts of these wood blocks are more porous and will take more of the stain, so just be aware as you're doing that. You want to make sure your porous parts are the ones touching each other on the block. Then I'm going to apply some glue to the bottom of the mirror and glue it inside. So I'm just going to let it dry, but like DJ Khaled said, another one, another crack in the mirror. So this is my second fix of the project, and I decided to wrap this jute cord around the base of the mirror with some hot glue, gluing onto the wood and not onto the mirror itself. And I'm going to go up the diagonal of where the mirror cracked and glue the jute cord to the back. And just like that, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, like Beyonce. All right, we're finished. Tell me which one you think was your favorite. I did think about scrapping that mirror and just going and buying a new one, but I was like, this is not the spirit of the channel. Let's just work with what we have. So I hope you liked it. I really do. If you're feeling lucky, you can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And if you're not feeling lucky, I'm so sorry, but I hope to see you again in the near future. I hope everybody out there is staying safe, washing their hands, wearing a mask. Even as things start to open up, make sure that you proceed with caution. Also, a weekly reminder that Black Lives Matter and that Breonna Taylor's murderers need to be arrested. If you want to learn more about Black Lives Matter as a movement, I've linked a syllabus in the description bar below that I made. And as always, Thanks for watching.